boots on the ground, putting it down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stock Scoop. I'm Mickey Dee, founder, creator, publisher of the Baby Knockout newsletter. I want to thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to be on your electronic device. It is November 11th, Veterans Day. Give a shout out to all my veterans out there. I know there's a lot of you, ladies and gentlemen, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, all of you all over the world. We're an international show and people are just all over, ladies and gentlemen. And I like hearing from you, whether you're in London, you're in the Philippines, you're in Europe, you're over in Central America, you're in South America, wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. You could be in Canada, wherever you are. Happy Veterans Day to you, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. You go out in America, they go out and you have a meal with your local veteran or your friend or your family member. In my particular situation, I've got from my dad on down. We've got veterans all throughout my family, Air Force, Army, Navy. We've got it all, and I have some active duty members now. The nieces, West Point graduates, are spread out all over the world right now. So I want to give a shout out to all of you and thank you very, very much for your service. You guys can help me a little later on. Let me know which shirt which hat I should wear later on today when I go out with the guys and we kind of do our thing. Should I wear, let me hear what we do here. But and that's not what you came here for. Let's talk about uh, our Bitcoin and our Bitcoin miners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to show you something here in a minute here. But congratulations to you that are involved in any of our trades right now. You're doing exceptionally well. Uranium up and down, up and down. We're having a off day today. We may have an update tomorrow. Down day today, update to. That's the way. This is a bull market right now, ladies and gentlemen. As I've told you before, you have quick up and quick down sometimes. But ultimately, where we're going is we're riding our way on up. Same thing with gold and silver. Now, I'm anticipating maybe a little pullback in gold and silver, but it's not going to last long. It's just going to be a second or so. But that's that. We're stay the course. Just like the Baby Knockout newsletter said, stay the course. And if you're not getting a Baby Knockout newsletter, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of any video, you want to have those stocks because those stocks are the nucleus for this ride, ladies and gentlemen. And we've been on some real good rides, just like the ride right now on with all of our stocks. But I want to show you in particular Bitcoin. The Bitcoin miners are repurposing their data centers, ladies and gentlemen, going into this AI infrastructure, AI data center stuff, and it's really working out, really working out. It's working out for Core. It's working out for uh, Irene. It's working out for all of some. These are very low stocks, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking 50 cents, $1, $2 stocks. Not anymore. Not any. Oh, Mickey D, when would they $2? When would they 50 cents? I'm going to show you some receipts here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look. Thank you once again. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. Let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for joining me. Hit like, share, and subscribe on this Veterans Day. Let's reminisce a little bit and let's take a look at something Mickey D has said about some of these Bitcoin stocks in the past. What did he say? Friends, you're ready to go with this trade because this trade is going to explode. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. There may be a little setback, my friends. But see, when you're there early, like we are, with Riot and with Hive, super early, and Hut 8 and Marathon, when we're there early, you reap the benefits, my friends. That's right. That's what I was talking about. I go into prices and stuff. Let's see what does Mickey D say here. You've got other Hut 8.
Remember, I like, oh, Mickey D, when's Hut 8 gonna do something, man? It's 40 cents. Hut 8's been 50 cents forever. It's 80 cents. When is it gonna jump? Hut 8 now is almost just shy of $7 USD, guys. It's like 6.95 or something like that, you know?
Just
It's
back
right
back in the day, guys. Back in the day.
there, guys. That is a very, and Riot, look at Riot. We were 92 cents. Where's Riot now? Riot
It's up there, guys. It's up there. Just believe me when I tell you it's up there. Right now, some of these stocks are doing very, very well, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at Hut 8. What's going on now is our Bitcoin trade has actually turned into a AI storage energy trade. So what's happening is, like I was telling you, like Core. You guys remember Core in the Baby Knockout newsletter for 9 cents? What is this, about $17, $18 now? Companies like Baby Knockout is going way much higher, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's doing very well. The deal is, see, these companies that have this energy right now, and when I went to I told you guys, I'll show you. I don't need to show that receipt, but I told you what was going on when I went to the 2025 Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. Did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? I told you when I was there. I said energy was what I got out of that. Now, 25% higher revenues for these companies per megawatt than Bitcoin mining. That's what they can get. 25% more per megawatt than they can get mining Bitcoin. Well, who wants to mine Bitcoin when you got these AI data centers going to be throwing money at you left and right? So Bitcoin is not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, but these companies are companies that were early on. You can make a lot more money with our company. Let me hold on. Let me just. You can make a lot more money mining the Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen.
is over. Riot is over 40, was it
That's the book
$40?
that
Over
started it,
what is
ladies and
Riot over
gentlemen.
right now? Riot is over
That book started it.
$46 or something. $48. Well, it's up there, guys. Who's counting after, you get in super early and you just ride the thing out. It closed at 49.
And that's what we're doing right now. Pennies and patience, ladies and gentlemen. Pennies and patience. That's what we're doing with these stocks. These stocks are going to do very, very well in the long run, ladies and gentlemen. Concentrate on a few of our Bitcoin baby knockouts. Congratulations if you're still in this trade. I am currently out of it right now. Well, I can't say I'm out of it because I do own clean sparks. I own clean sparks. So that's the only Bitcoin stock I own, and Marathon. Well, if I keep talking, I may own a few more. But I only own a few of them right now. And we started that with that book when everybody wanted to go and get these, the next bigger fool theory thing with the altcoins. We said, no, we're going to go, and then who followed us? Some of the big bankers and the analysts followed us. So it's all good, ladies and gentlemen, all good. Let's segue over to something here that I think you should be aware of right now that I've been talking about for the last few days here, ladies and gentlemen, in the last few weeks and last few months. Voila! China, let's talk about rare earths for just 1 second. China reportedly planning to keep rare earths out of the reach of military. What does that mean for some of our companies? Well, what do you think that means for some of our companies? And who thought that China was going to give us rare earths for our fighter and our ammunition stuff to fight? They're going to arm the enemy? Are you kidding? This is a report. This is just released, ladies and gentlemen. This is out of the. Please, this is not rocket science. Why would you give America? Why would China give? I've been talking about this and writing about this for years, ladies and gentlemen. Um, let me turn this thing around. You guys, it's Veterans Day, and we don't want to make the military look bad or anything. We need our ammunition, man. We need our stuff, and we know what Congress has done for the last years and stuff. They've been. Let's make it a good day. It's Veterans Day. Yeah. We don't want to talk too much about that. We don't want to. As you guys, there was only people in Washington that thought that the Chinese were going to give us what they said they were going to give us. Man, they've been wobbling ever since that talk with Trump, and somebody close to him should have told him that the Chinese were not going to give us stuff for our military. Somebody should have told him. It shouldn't be a guy way out in the desert somewhere telling them that, hey, these guys are not telling you the truth. You know. Well, anyway, thank you guys once again for joining me. Have a wonderful Veterans Day. Moral of today, Bitcoin miners, ladies and gentlemen, are moving away. They're repurposing their data centers. They're going to be AI data centers because why? Because 25% higher, ladies and gentlemen, revenue per megawatt, ladies and gentlemen, than they do with Bitcoin mining. So it's more profitable for those data centers right now with the AI than it is to mine Bitcoin. So look for more and more of the Bitcoin miners to go in that direction. That's what I'm saying now. That's what you guys that have been following me the whole time. I showed you the receipts when these things were 40, 50. I got videos out there. Is this one worth 10 cents? Is this one worth 25 cents? And we hit it big. That's when all you millionaires came out and visited me. Remember? That was a great, great time with you Bitcoin millionaires. Maybe we'll do it again with some of you in the gold and silver play, also in the uranium, you uranium millionaires out there. We're going to have our day. We're going to have our day, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit stops. Make sure you place stops in these. Don't lose your profits. We the baby knockouts. We definitely protect our profits when it comes to gold and silver. Right now, we're up really, really big, ladies and gentlemen. We expect a little pullback. We get a little pullback. Let it pull back. Let it pull back. And you hand over fist, you guys go in because we see big do not pennies and patience, ladies and gentlemen. Do not freak out. We don't chase them. We replace them, ladies and gentlemen. You don't chase that hat. You like my CB hat? You like my CB hat? Let's go tell some stories and stuff, with the guys, the war guys, war stories and stuff, I got a little war myself, They give a brother credit for, Grenada. Most of you kids out there don't even know what Grenada was. We went in there, got a strong man out. You know how we get down, U.S. military, we did our thing, Yeah, yeah. Which hat should I wear? Anyway, love you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Veterans Day. You need guidance. You need some leadership. You need some prayer. Look up, ladies and gentlemen, because the Lord will lead you all the way. Love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Have a wonderful, wonderful Veterans Day. Call a vet, see a vet, do something with a vet today.